We're here next to a group of oak trees. There's on the other side of these oak trees right here, there is a stock tank that has water. So we've got a water source. We've got a creek that flows on the back side of the tank that runs down the side of the property. We're going to keep them elevated enough to where this bee yard is out of the water. We never have water up in this area up here, which is what we're going to clear out to put our colonies on. And this is something you got to think about. If you're just running 1 to 2 colonies in your backyard, you're going to be okay. You want to keep in mind your neighbors. You don't want to encroach on your neighbors with your bees, because several things are going to start happening when people find out that you have bees, that you're keeping them as a backyard beekeeper. You're going to be blamed for every hummingbird feeder that is invaded by bees, and they will go to the sugar water and the hummingbird feeders. Any neighbors that have a swimming pool, the bees will go there for a water source. So I think, in my opinion, this is my opinion, having kept bees now or been in beekeeping for over 50 years, don't go over 2 colonies of bees in a neighborhood. If you live in a neighborhood and you've got houses close by, you don't want a bunch of colonies of bees. Number one, you're going to lose your backyard. I think a lot of people end up finding out that trying to cut their yard and so forth, bees don't like the vibration of the motor, whether it's a weed eater, whether it's a lawnmower. You've got to take that into account. You're going to lose a lot of area, and when you do go to cut your yard, you're going to have to put a bee suit on. Your neighbors will eventually find out probably that you have bees, whether you have a privacy fence or a chain link fence, or whether your property's just in the open. Neighbors do have a way of finding out that you're keeping bees, and when they find out that you're keeping bees, and they find out that that bees are invading their privacy, you're going to be the one they point the finger at. Ideally, 2 colonies of bees in a suburb is about all you want to go. I personally would not go more than 2 colonies. And what that does is, with 2 colonies, that gives you've got resources. If you have a queen that dies, you can take brood out of your second colony, and they can raise a new queen, or they can work on a new queen during the time it takes you to order. A lot of times you try to order a queen and you can't get one right away. So the bees are going to have to be able to produce a new queen in order to keep that colony going. The other thing about a second colony is that if you have one colony that's a little bit short on bees, you can always take your frames with brood on them, which will have the nurse bees on them. These bees have, for the most part, haven't been out and taken. They have no bearings. So once you go and you shake them into your new hive, the older bees are going to go back to the original colony. Your nurse bees are going to stay with that brood. So that's something to think about. 2 colonies are ideal because it gives you options. Going over 2 colonies in a neighborhood, a small neighborhood, I would highly advise against it. I would not do it. And we're going to get a lot deeper into all this as time goes on. The difference here is we're out in the country. We're outside the city limits. We're out in the country. Underbrush. I want it nice and clear. I want them to have an open flight pattern. Okay, it looks a little bit different than what it did when we first started. We've got a nice area laid out here, elevated. We raised it up about 2 feet over here, well, about 2 feet all the way across. And what we're going to end up doing is we'll go back and we'll grade this out, smooth it out real good, get some grass growing, and it'll make a perfect bee yard. We've got water close by. We've got a nectar sources close by. We've got shade from the extreme heat in the west. We've got cover to keep people with sticky fingers from walking off with our colonies. And I think we're pretty well protected from the next property owner. When springtime comes back in and all the foliage comes back on the trees, you'll never be able to see this right here. We've got a little bit more dirt to spread out, and we'll be ready to go. So if you would, please subscribe. This is going to be a totally different channel than most of the beekeeping channels you've seen. This is geared more towards the small-time beekeeper, small scale, I should say. Especially if you're brand new and just starting out. A lot of false information out there, a lot of information that really does no good. But anyway, I hope you follow along. This is going to be, we're going to try to keep this interesting. Every time I try to post, I'm going to try to post something that's informative, something that's new, and hopefully you'll learn something every time I post something. And if you don't, maybe I'll learn something. So anyway, thank you for watching. Like I said, we've got a lot more to come, and we'll show some shots a little bit later on of the finished bee yard. Got a little bit more work back here. Got to haul off all of our brush that we dug up and moved, and level all the rest of this out right here that's in front of us, and it should make a pretty nice bee yard. We've got good access. Smooth out our road right here, so we can get our truck back here, our tractor, or whatever we decide to drive back here on. So anyway, thanks for watching. We look forward to I look forward to communicating with you in our community. Also look for the community post. We'll be doing quite a few community posts with pictures, with things to look out for with your hives, and hopefully we'll bring a few things that are a little bit different. And like I say, it's going to be a different channel. Thanks for watching. I sincerely appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button. Thanks.